Okay, here we are. I am working on it again. I think we're going to get it this time. Okay, so I'm going to add, okay, so, all right, here we go. So Nina, when you jump on there now, you should be able to rotate your phone. I forgot to tell you that. You always got to have your phone in horizontal, and if it's locked, it won't rotate. So I had to do that before I jumped on. Okay, all right, now here we go. Jump on the live. I'm on here now. I started a new live, and let me see if I can add you. Nope. It's not letting me add you yet, but when you get on here, I can add you. Something about I've got my audience set to custom, and I need to go in there and change that, but I think it's going to let me let you in because you are in the group. So I'm just waiting on you to jump on. So here I am. I'm doing a live video, a live interview with Nina, and it's not showing me any guests on here yet, but I see somebody's here. So let's see who that is. That's you. All right, so I'm going to add you. I'm going to send an invite. So now let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to, well, it says I'm adding you. All right, so you're here. So let's see what happens when you click the button now. It should allow you should have your phone rotated, but you kind of have to start. Yeah, so I hope you're in the horizontal position because it's going to put us side by side on this map. But I'm really excited to do this interview today here with Nina because she's got a story to tell. And as all of my clients do, they all have a story. And so I always say that, you know, it's what we don't know that hurts us. Let me close the door. The door's closed. I'm sorry. It's the, you know, I'm in a construction mode here at my house, and I'm going to share another video about the construction here today because they really have made some progress. But before there was sheetrock everywhere, so there was no point in doing it. So let's see, Nina, if it's going to work. I'm still waiting on you to add. It says no answer. I don't get it. Okay. I'm going to have to do some more research, I guess. So let me see. Okay. Can you rotate phone? All right. I just sent her a text. Can you rotate the phone? All right. I'm going to send it again. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to add her. I'm going to send an invite. Okay. So I just sent the invite. So we'll see. She said, I got further this time. All right. We're going to get it. And then I'm going to, oh, there you are.
Hi.
How oh my pretty gosh. Look. Oh my gosh. That was, okay. I learned some things. It's been a while since I've done a live interview like this. I need to do more of these, but I just like to do them in person. But of course, today it didn't work out. So everybody, this is Nina Townsend. You look amazing. I'm going to have to do a screenshot of your face because I've got it in the Marco Polo, you know, I've got from when you first started and just how just more alive you look. I mean, you just, not that you look dead before, but you just look, you know, you just really, 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 you know, and gosh, your hair is so beautiful. Yeah.
I always have.
Okay, you're breaking up for me, but that may just be me. So we'll see. Okay, all right. So today, Nina is here because I asked her to come, and thankfully she was willing. When did you start with me?
I think on day like 27 or 28.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. So you haven't even finished a month.
No.
So you are making amazing progress. Hey, I see Melinda is watching. Melinda's also in the challenge. All right. So I had written down some questions so that we could make sure we didn't miss anything. And I apologize for the bamming and framing in the background, but that's just part of construction at your house. Okay. So Nina lives in Statesboro, Georgia. She did live just up the road from me, and I didn't even know it for a lot of years. But her parents and her family, they live over there. But she's got a neat story to tell. And when Nina joined me, you know, there were some issues with anxiety and blood pressure. So I'm going to let her talk about that and just kind of, you know, I'll ask some questions along the way. But Nina, really, I'm just going to let you take it away and just share kind of what's going on.
I guess ever since I had my two children, I had what I call the baby weight, and the baby is 11 years old, not really anymore. But I always just said it was baby weight. And I honestly, I was younger, you know, I'll be 45 next, so I'm not still young. You know, it's creeping up on me. And I always there. I've never really had a lot of issues. I assumed that, you know, I was always going to be fine. And over the years, I've like gained weight. I finally reached the point where I was at heaviest, and that was last year. And so I decided I was going to intermittent fasting.
Hold on. You are breaking up. I'm not sure if you got your mic on your phone. Is it?
Yeah.
You just got your. Are you holding it in your hand, or you got it on a?
I'm holding it in my hand, but my fingers aren't on. Hear me now?
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but keep going. That was good. Yeah.
So I decided last year around this time I was going to try intermittent fasting. I just put an app on my phone, and I was eating when I was supposed to be eating and fasting when I was supposed to be fasting, but I really wasn't watching what I was putting in my body. Still eating filet, processed food, just basically whatever I wanted. And I did lose some weight, but it didn't last long, and I fell off the wagon, and every bit plus a little bit more back, and
Yeah.
I didn't until the day that I called you.
Yeah.
And now I'm feeling better, just even after a month. It's kind of a weird feeling to be actually feeling good when you're so used to feeling that your normal's feeling kind of bad, you know.
So when you say feeling good, give me a little more specific. Like what are you talking about?
Hold on one second. I'm outside. There's a plane flying over. Feeling good as in, like, I feel like my brain's a little clearer. Like I have a little bit more clarity with my thinking, and I also have a issue with my heart called SVT, which I guess I've had it my whole entire life, and I've never really realized it. And the heavier I've gotten, the more episodes I seem to be having. And so my heart rate for years my resting heart rate's always been really high. And I just thought it was normal until, you know, I found out I had SVT. And this past month, my heart rate has actually, my resting heart rate I can't remember the last time my resting heart rate's been like 75, 80, even 90. And now I can sit on the couch, and I told Nancy, I kind of panicked one day because I felt my heart thumping in my chest. And I have a little pulse oximeter meter that I use, you know, when the SVT attack, see how high my heart rate is. And I put it on, and it was like 75, and I slung it off my hand real quick because I panicked. I was like, oh my gosh, my heart rate's 75. And then I started laughing, like, oh my gosh, it's supposed to be 115 just sitting on the couch, because that's what usually.
Right. So that was a normal for you was over 100, and so now you're able to get it down. Well, that's huge, because when you think about the heart, you know, as a pump, if it's pumping too fast, you're not getting the blood to your brain, you're not getting it to the rest of your body. So people, unless they've experienced it, don't really realize how beneficial that is, you know.
I mean, the last time just walking around, my heart rate's been like 106 or 115 just walking around the house. Like,
yeah,
I know that's still a little high when you're walking around, but to me, that's a win, because 130, 140 just walking around the house.
Yeah. Awesome. That's great news. Okay. So let's talk about the anxiety a little bit.
I've always my mom's always said I've been high as a child, and I've always kind of been a little bit of an anxious person. I always like to control things. If I can control them, then I feel okay about them. But the anxiety has definitely got worse a couple of weeks ago, right before I called you, whenever I checked my blood pressure in the morning, and it was higher than what it normally was. And then because I was freaking myself out, my blood pressure continued to rise, and every around including Dr. Nancy, was telling me that I'm doing it to myself. But of course, you know, so much that I put a bruise on my arm because I was just so freaked out that my blood pressure was getting higher and higher and higher. So anyway, I went to a primary doctor, and they did put me on blood pressure medicine, which made me feel worse. Like, it made me feel absolutely worse. And so I took myself off of it after 3 days. And right now, I did see a cardiologist, and he thinks that I don't need any blood pressure medicine. He told me that I was doing the absolute best thing that I could be doing, which is watching what I eat. I've only missed maybe 4 days of exercise since I started the program. I've been walking every day. And or at least I started out for 20 minutes, and then I've kind of increased it to 30 minutes. And so I've done that. And he assured me, as well as Dr. Nancy, that as long as I keep this path and keep trudging forward, that my blood pressure is going to be fine. And so that's helped my anxiety a lot. I called Dr. Nancy one morning in a panic, and she was like, I'm just going to be completely honest with you. And she just laid it all out. And that's what I needed. I needed somebody just to be completely, because my mom has always been completely honest with me. She's part of the reason why I called Dr. Nancy, because she's been worried about my health for a while. And she was like, she's been following Dr. Nancy, and she's implemented a lot of the stuff that she recommends, and with the oils and all that stuff. So anyway, so now that I'm here, I've had the last couple of days, my blood pressure has been very good, and I have kept my anxiety down. And I curled my hair today, and I told my husband, I was like, I am taking my life back. I'm done with stressing out about stuff, and I'm just going to let God led me here, and I'm just going to let him continue, because Dr. Nancy told me the first visit that healthy people do healthy things, and healthy people that do healthy things could help other people. And so I'm hoping that through this that I can help somebody else. And I just pray that I can continue to go.
Hold on just 1 minute. I got somebody at the door. I think it's the cabinet people. Keep talking, Nina. Hey, sorry, I'm in the line, but it's on the table out there. Oh, yeah. You wait just about 2 minutes. I'll be done. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. The cabinet people are here, but they're going to wait a minute. Okay. So So the question I wanted you to address, because we had this conversation, how are you, because I heard you say I lost weight when I was doing the intermittent fasting, but I didn't change what I was eating. Tell me how your thinking about food has changed, like what food is, the place that food holds, how you're able to make better choices, and how's that going to help you going forward?
Well, honestly, when my blood pressure shot up, I realized that I had completely done this to myself. I mean, I had completely done everything to myself. And then when that happened, I feel like that was a God slap to help me wake up. And so honestly, since I had that conversation my whole attitude towards food has been completely different. Like, I don't even think about it anymore for like a crutch. Like, if I'm stressed or nervous or feeling snackish, I honestly have not had an urge at all to do anything outside of what you've told me to do. I know I've called you a couple of times about wanting to eat fruit.
Yeah.
That's about the only thing, I really would like, even though the other day you told me I could, I still haven't ate any. I'm still trying to wait a couple more days till I'm on month 2. But really and truly, I'm looking at it as something to fuel my body now, instead of just to have something to do or because I'm bored. And like I was earlier, my 14-year-old son, he told me the other day, he was like, Mom, I'm so proud of you. He was like, you're doing so good. And, he's been health conscious for a little while. He's 14 and he takes all the health classes in school. And, he actually eats really well for a teenager. And he's like, I'm just so proud of you for making healthy choices and, trying to make yourself feel better for us. And so I'm hoping for him and my daughter both, this will be kind of a lesson for them, because, if I have to go through this to make them understand, that they need to make better choices and not live like I did and just eating food for comfort, just doing whatever. And because here in the South, everything foods around everything
Exactly. Yeah.
in our life. And with Emma Charles, my daughter, she's a performer, and we live part-time in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, in a camper because she works at Dollywood. And I really and truly feel like that's probably the worst things for my health, because living in a camper is just quick, easy, eating fast food, just quick and easy. And so I know what it's doing to me, and I can only imagine what it's doing to her, and she's 11. So
Yeah.
we'll be leaving in a couple of weeks to head back for the Christmas season for her to perform. And I bet you $100 all that'll be changed. Like food,
Yeah.
if we do have to eat fast food, I'm to the point now where I can skip a meal and be completely fine, just drink water. And as long as I told her she's just got to make healthier choices for herself.
Yeah.
Learn.
You're actually going to save money on food, because honestly, even the fast food places now, they used to be cheaper, but it's expensive. And just think what you're getting is really not fuel.
Right.
What y'all got going on up there, you're going to need to really fuel your body. So I'm and I'm right here to help you get through that. And most people don't realize, we're entering the food season, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, everything's going to be about food, people bringing food. This is the very best time to start getting healthy, because most people gain, you could probably vouch for this too, Nina, 15, 20 pounds through the food season, because there's so much food available. And then you're moving into the fall, you're not outside, you're not moving as much like you are in the summer. And so that's what I remember the first challenge we did. We started it in the fall. This was 7 years ago. And I was like, is this the best time? I mean, people are going to be thinking about, I'm like, yes, it's the very best time, because if you can get through the holidays without packing on more weight and just feeling that compulsion to eat this and eat that, then you can make it. You can totally do it. And so I'm excited. I'm excited about that. And congratulations on your daughter. I think that's so exciting. We're going to Dollywood. I don't know if we'll be up there when she's there, but we're going up there. I'd love to see her. Yeah.
Well, it really is amazing. After even after probably the first week, I mean, I was just so committed to doing it. And I will tell you, I cried some, not because I wanted food, but just because my body was just kind of going through, not only was I having anxiety and blood pressure issues, but I guess my body was, I completely just stopped sugar and carbs like the day after I told Nancy, like I didn't eat anymore. And I did fruit, and I realized I wasn't eating fruit, but that was probably the only sugar. But week and a half, I mean, it really felt like there was a battle going on inside my body. And
that's what it is, because you're dumping all those toxins, and you're dumping some good stuff too when you start the dumping process. But then after a few days, then it's like, okay, let's just get the electrolytes going. But you've been a trooper. I'm just so proud of you, and I can't wait to see. I told her, I said, I've got a screenshot. We have a Marco Polo group where we get on and you can record videos. And when she first started, I've got a video of her, so I can take a screenshot and compare it to this. I'm going to take a screenshot right now of this, so I'll have it. Yeah. And just compare it, because, the first place I notice people lose is in their face and their neck. But really where you're really starting to drop fat is around your organs. And how great is that? That's how our body works. When we're not storing more, we're not eating more than we need, then our body isn't storing fat. It's actually burning fat, and it'll burn that up. And it is really amazing how your body responds. And you're at the perfect age to make these changes. I did want to address what you said about your children. My children they're all grown, 40, 36, and somewhere around there, 40, 38 and 36, somewhere in there. But I see them, of course, Matthew coaches in the program, but I see them making choices, now, and so that they can avoid the gain, they can avoid the unhealthy time in life when, you notice kids start going from, well, they're always skinny, they never gain any weight. And then all of a sudden you say that around the middle. Well, that around the middle is very, very dangerous, and people don't realize, because it's actually belly fat, and that's the kind that causes us to become diabetic, causes our insulin levels to go up, causes our blood pressure to go up. So good for you. You're setting a great example. And here's what I said to you earlier. I said, you know, your kids, they may not stick with it now, but when they start hitting that, or they may, you know, you never know. But when they start hitting that gaining stage, it's going to pop in their mind, you know, mama did something and I remember now what it was. It was this. And they will begin the fasting, the making the better choices, choosing food that's good fuel. So way to go, Nina. I'm so proud of you. And
Playing myself. That's one thing that I decided that I wasn't going to do. I wasn't,
yeah.
but because I've had several doctor's appointments in the past couple of weeks. When I started, I'll tell you, when I started, I was at 212.
Yeah.
I went to the doctor on, I guess it was Tuesday or Wednesday, and I was 189.
Okay. Awesome. That's awesome. So, you know, that's a benefit. I know your clothes, you're liking the way your clothes are fitting better, and I'm sure you're, you know, feeling better. All those things are benefits, but you know, the main, you know, I say thinking about the future, how are you going to finish your life? And I don't know about you, but I mean, everybody wants to finish healthy. Who wants to be 90 years old and have all kind of issues, or even 80 years old or 70 and have all kind of health issues going on? So now is a great time to jump in. So I want to invite you, if you're watching or you're watching this on the replay, to just, if you're interested, just put me down there and we'll connect and I'll contact you and we'll get going. But so tell me, just speak a little bit about the support you feel in this group.
Oh my it's been amazing. I tried to get on and talk, but when I was going through with my blood pressure spikes, I just was kind of like, I kind of went back and withdrew into myself. And I would watch the Marco Polos, and sometimes I would make myself just absolutely just post. And most of the time I was just venting about how I was so stressed out and scared. But it was just so amazing because everybody on the group has just been so sweet and praying. I mean, a lot of people, I mean, so many people praying for you. And then just telling you that they believed in you and you can do it. And it just really and truly, the support is, I mean, that's the main thing. Like, it's just really hard to do it on your own. And everybody that has been on there, and it even gives me comfort, even the people that aren't really talking a whole lot right now, they're watching and I know that they're praying. And that just makes a huge difference. Just, I mean, having your corner and having people who pray in your corner, you know, none of that would be possible, you know, without the grace of Jesus. So, and then Dr. Nancy, of course, you've been great. Every time I've had an issue or text you or whatever, you've always responded, and, you know, and then always end them with a prayer. And, you know, this just always been, you know, that just makes me feel a lot better. And I just know that God led me here. My mom might have pushed me to this, but God was orchestrating it the whole time. The first time, you know, my mom started watching your group.
Yeah.
And I'm just happy to be here, and I'm excited about some new clothes in the next couple of weeks, maybe.
There you go. I love to shop in the back of my closet. Don't you? Go back there and stuff that you just archive.
Way I'm throwing it all because it's all.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw.
You go. Get some new stuff. Yeah.
Stuff, and I'm never going back to that ever again.
Yeah.
So.
Well, let me say this. There's somebody watching right now that you're having these thoughts of, could I do this? Would this work? Don't sell yourself short. You know, it's a life-changing experience, and we can get on the phone and I can tell you whether or not you're ready. All right. Don't decide that for yourself. Let's decide that together. And there are people that I said, you're not quite ready, you know, because there are things you have to be willing to do, you know, and it's kind of like marriage. You kind of got to be ready to give up some things, you know, but it's worth it if you do it right. And you do like Nina has. She's really, you know, dived in, and basically, I think you felt like you didn't have a choice.
I didn't have a choice. Yeah. I knew you kept going the way I was going. Even if my blood pressure was not being induced by my anxiety, at some point my blood pressure was going to go up.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have a choice. I have to be here for my kids, and you know, and I just want to live life and feel better and just enjoy and not be so tired every night, and, you know, just
there you
have
go.
To do
there you go. Yeah. Okay, so if you're on here and you're interested in joining or just getting on a phone call with me, then just put me in the comments And you can't share this video, of course, because it's in the group, but you can tag maybe some friends you have that are in the group. But thank you so much for doing this, Nina, and we'll talk to y'all soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.